Today I finished reading The Apprentice's Quest and oh my god, it was freaking awesome! Everything about it just up and blew my expectations out of the water. Just like that. The new main characters were fresh and well developed, the story was full of twists and turns and feels and moments that made me pump my fists in excitement. I haven't been this emotionally involved in a story like this in a long time. What really made The Apprentice's Quest stand out to me as a worthy new addition to this series was the way it totally subverted the tropes and expectations for what a warrior's book should be. There was a level of self-awareness in this book that not only lent itself to great scenes and dialogue within the story, but it also gave me hope that the Visions of Shadows arc has something truly unique to add to Warriors canon. While the series is widely loved by fans who are always hungry for new content, the writers had to prove that a sixth series was justified. We have officially entered the post-Firestar era of Warriors, and considering the massive buildup and climax of the third and fourth series, this new book had the daunting task of validating all future sequels. Not only did Erin Hanther succeed in selling a new and interesting concept, but they also did a fantastic job at rebooting the series through this new book by distancing it from the previous ones. The Apprentice's Quest rejuvenated and rebranded Warriors fantastically by using intertextuality to subvert the cliches that the series has become known for. Now some of you are probably wondering, what the hell is intertextuality? Simply put, intertextuality is one of them fancy words that nerds use to mean references. We see it all the time in Western literature. There's hardly a book you'll read in high school that doesn't have an intertextual relationship to the Bible. Or we can use a trendier example and look at the new Star Wars movie. The Force Awakens is full of references to the old movies. It borrows and subverts characters, plot points, and dialogue to build a strong emotional and thematic connection between itself and the rest of the series. Now, the trap that lots of movies fall into, including The Force Awakens to some extent, is using these references as a cheap way of investing fans in new stories that lack the originality and depth that the previous ones had. This is what really blew me away about The Apprentice's Quest. It uses intertextuality not to build a lifeline between it and the beloved stories of old, but instead to distance itself from them. This was immediately apparent from the prologue when Firestar shows up to give the medicine cats the new prophecy. He's accompanied by several other deceased cats, and when he prepares to deliver his message, Leopardstar snidely gives him permission to speak for the entire group, adding that Firestar was planning on doing it anyway. This is both an in-universe and meta joke about Firestar's excessive role in the clans over the past 4 series. Firestar was the savior of the clans back in the Old Forest, and continued to be the main influence in clan politics throughout the course of the series. Even readers who were fans of Firestar, like myself, were ready for him to be out of the picture so we could finally move on to new characters. It makes sense that Firestar still has some influence in StarClan, but it's great to see that the writers have committed to distancing him from the main narrative. Hardly a chapter goes by without somebody making fun of Firestar or ThunderClan, and it's absolutely hilarious. Furthermore, when the clans meet at the gathering and the medicine cats relay the new prophecy, everyone's first reaction is to roll their eyes and say, oh, it would be Firestar who told it. Even when he's dead, he can't stop meddling in every cat's business. Also, when Alderpaw and Sparkpaw meet Needlepaw for the first time and introduce themselves as ThunderClan cats, her first response is, you're from ThunderClan? Wow, you must really like bossing other cats around. This continues throughout the book into the final chapter when Sparkpaw notes that the rest of the clans will be furious that ThunderClan has supposedly found what the prophecy described. ThunderClan stays winning, a joke that can now never get old. Speaking of how ThunderClan's been unbeatable, part of what made this new book so interesting was that it was told through the viewpoint of Alderpaw, a main character who is kind of incompetent and full of anxiety and self-doubt. He's literally the anti-Mary Sue, which for once makes the conflicts in the story feel like they could actually overwhelm him. In fact, Alderpaw ultimately fails to save SkyClan, which was the entire point of the quest. Let that sink in. A main character from ThunderClan failed. It's a miracle! There are plenty more examples of subversive intertextuality in The Apprentice's Quest, but if you've read the book, I have no doubt you've picked up on them. Not only does this provide plenty of laughs and surprises to longtime readers of the series, but it also works to really add something to the world itself. This shows that all of these past characters and events had more than just narrative weight in the books they were in, but they also had tangible, long-lasting effects. Firestar unintentionally created stereotypes that his clan now has to face, for better or worse. Much like how ShadowClan has long had a reputation for being dark and mysterious, ThunderClan now is seen by outsiders as a nosy, self-righteous clan with a bit of an ego. I think it's really interesting to see that even when they do good things, the in-universe cats are just as tired of ThunderClan as the readers. None of them are lining up to bow down to the anointed saviors of the forest, rather they're more competitive and driven to prove themselves than ever. This is probably the coolest trait that the other clans have ever had. They're motivated by pride and inferiority as opposed to simple greed or ambition. Firestar lit a flame under their butts and now they're scrambling to get on ThunderClan's level. It's hilarious and so cool to see. So did you think this new arc was just going to be a half-hearted cash grab at a tired book series with nothing new to add? Well, too bad. Warriors is still awesome and like the other three clans, you're just gonna have to deal with it. This series clearly still has a lot of fresh ideas to explore. The Apprentice's Quest excels as a sequel, not only because it embraces the books that came before it, but it also uses these ideas to build a lively and clever intertextual story.